Pipeline.
Pipeline and Sifu.
Yes.
Did you receive any other tip-off? Apart from for these properties?
Yes, I received a tip-off, but that was a tip-off that came from a particular, individual who reported through the minister that they believe that some of the assets were moved to Mahmuda. Mahmuda is Mahmuda is Combo South, I guess. So I went there to visit, but that does not exist.
In Mahmuda?
Yeah, in Mahmuda.
Did this individual that gave this tip-off to the minister, did he, apart from saying assets were moved, did he specify what type of assets?
No,
were they furniture, cars, or any?
He said the livestock were moved there.
Okay.
Yes, but in fact, the livestock actually we are not something I was unable to receive, but by virtue of our operations, we are made to understand during that period that some of the livestock were moved to Mahmuda. So eventually we had to mobilize and visit Mahmuda. So, but the livestock that we found was a private property, it's a private project of an individual, who was called one Mr. Silla. It's a dairy project, it's a small dairy project owned by one Mr. Silla. So it was not like a herd of cattle was moved to Mahmuda. So I inspected there with the security. We went there and we inspected. So it's a few special breed of cattle. It's a dairy project started by that person. In fact, it was a new project which he started there. So it wasn't the case. I mean, some people, when they see these things, they just associate it with the former president. But that wasn't the case. That was another tip-off we received, and we acted on it.
All right. And how did you were you able to ascertain that the cattle you found in Mahmuda was actually not part of the cattle owned by the former president?
Yeah, because we were able to talk to the people we found on the ground, and we also subsequently spoke to, the owner himself. But even by a mere observation, you would tell this is not President Jammeh's property. That would not be President Jammeh's property. The President Jammeh I know. Just a few of them. I cannot. Very, very few animals. He just started that project.
All right. Honorable Chair, that is all the questions I have for this witness for today, and the committee can take over. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Council. Thank you, Mr. Jallow.
Thank you.
We will have to hand it over to the committee members as well. They will have questions to clarify on some of the questions that the lead counsel are asking.
Thank you.
You will bear with us.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Jallow, before I give the baton to my colleagues, I definitely want some clarification.
Thank you.
Earlier on, when you were asked by the lead counsel, immediately after the court order was issued, he asked you about what did the Office of the Registrar General did, the steps that you have taken, and then I think you said you called on the stakeholders for a strategic meeting, huh?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Yes. So in that meeting, he asked you about who chaired the meeting, and you said you cannot remember, and the committee found that very wild. We cannot believe that.
Okay.
So because now if you look at the list, because that strategic meeting is very important.
Very.
If you look at the list of stakeholders that were in the meeting, now your office initiated the meeting. Is that right?
That's correct.
And Augustus Plum
was there, the team.
Gilma also was present. The office of the sheriff was also present.
Yes.
The SIS?
No, but subsequently they joined us as in the team.
The armed forces, they were present?
Yes, they were present.
So this question, who chaired the meeting, is a very important question for us.
It is.
And I think you need to help us to tell us who chaired the meeting of the first strategic meeting.
I might have been the one who chaired it.
But you should have said that.
Yes, I might have been the one who chaired it. But I want to be very precise because I'm on oath. I want to be very precise.
Mr. Jallow.
Yes.
You know this committee.
Yeah.
You know better than I do.
Yeah.
The powers of the committee.
Absolutely.
And when I started my statement, I said something in the statement.
Yes.
That you are under oath.
That's correct.
It will be important for you to state the facts.
Yeah.
The meeting. You initiated the meeting.
Yeah.
When council asked you, I think it was very simple for you to tell her that you chaired the meeting.
Yes.
Not necessarily you as Alieu Jallow, but the office of the Registrar General who initiated the meeting, so chaired the meeting. Is that not right? Because you call in the stakeholders.
Yes.
And the order was issued to you, to your office.
Yes.
Confusing us. Because because we have a question for you on that.
Okay. All right.
We have a question for you on that.
Okay. Let's take it that I chaired the meeting.
You chaired the meeting. Yeah. Now, during that meeting, in the strategic meeting, the first strategic meeting, do you have minutes of that meeting?
Not minutes that I would share with anyone as such to keep, but I have done an internal memorandum to that effect of the meeting, and that is what I shared with the Honorable Minister.
Yeah, because I want to clarify.
Yes.
You said Jilma took part in this meeting.
Yes.
And they testified here.
Yes.
In their testimony, they said they didn't take part in anything. Now, how do we confirm Jilma took part in that meeting?
That is only if the records were available.
Exactly.
I don't have those records, but I can confirm that they were there at the meeting.
You know, Jilma brought documents for us.
Yes,
that they did not take part. They did not take part in anything.
Yes.
And you are confirming to us that they took part in that meeting.
Yes.
Now, for us to confirm,
yes,
it would have been important for you to present perhaps an attendance list or the minutes of that meeting where Jilma is mentioned.
That would be, confirm. Of course, that would have been the most convincing evidence. But as far as I know, and I know other people who were in that meeting will also confirm that there was a representative from that office.
Okay, the committee will decide on that.
Indeed, there was.
We will decide on that, yes. But then I can comfortably tell you, the evidence that we have from Jilma, is sufficient for the committee to
absolutely
to conclude that Jilma was not present because they presented a document.
My assumption would be maybe they are not visible. That's my assumption anyway, and they might have been notified. But in that strategic meeting, they were there. I can speak with certainty. They are there.
We will conclude on that. The committee will look into that.
That's correct.
But for me, I think we need to clarify. Okay, now we agree that you chaired the meeting of the strategic, the first strategic meeting.
That's right.
That is clear.
That's clear.
Okay. Thank you. All right, I will leave it to that. Most of the questions, I think my colleagues will come with that. I have questions, but I don't want to take all the questions away from them. They will come with those things.
Okay.
Thank you. So we start with Mo, and then I'll take both sides.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jallow, for assisting us this afternoon and this morning and this afternoon. Thank you very much once again. Now, in your statement, Mr. Jallow, particularly you did mention about some documents that you are unable to bring, and in particular, I think that would be AJ2, which is on the first page, the internal memorandum following the preparatory meeting. The other one was a report on the visit to Farato Farms and Banjurunding, and internal memorandum on the sale of livestock. Now, this memorandum were sent to who?
As I said during my testimony in the morning, every step that I took in this transaction, I will generate an internal memorandum and address it to the Solicitor General and copy the Honorable Minister of Justice. So after the first meeting, the inception meeting, I prepared an internal memorandum and shared it with the Honorable Attorney General, of course, for his endorsement, as well as to get his blessings to proceed with the operations. The other document which I mentioned is a report. Well, let me call it a memorandum which I prepared conveying the transaction relating to the sale of the cattle. As I said, I used to keep copies for myself just as a guarantee for my own consumption, but every other thing I do will be communicated via the records office. In fact, it now came to my mind that when one goes to the records office, you should be able to retrieve those documents. So that particular document was a short internal memorandum attached, to which I attached the details of the cattle sales which were brought to my attention by the office of the sheriff. So all the names of those people who were involved in the buying of the cattle were in that particular attachment. So I forwarded it to the Ministry of Justice no sooner it came to my attention. So that was a memorandum. The other one has to do with the one with the Farato. Is the report I prepared after our visit to Farato.
Okay.
I think this report, I want to believe, might have been shared with the commission, or its content was shared with the commission, and might have been the reason that even triggered the sale of the livestock.
Yes. The issue I have with all these very, very important documents that you seem not to be able to trace, for me, it seems you have not gone further to check within the ministry, because at where you are right now, you are still technically under the Minister of Justice.
That's correct.
Now, have you made any effort to consult with anybody at the ministry to see if they can help you trace these documents?
In fact, I have sent a message to that effect, having remembered that all these documents were sent through the records office.
Yes.
I believe I will have assistance to be able to trace these things.
When did you send those?
That was just yesterday. I sent a note to this person. So this afternoon I sent a comprehensive note to say I'm now remembering that all these documents which I sent to the Honorable Minister have passed through the records office, and so records of them will be found in the respective files.
Okay. Now, how did you prepare this document? Did you prepare them from a laptop, from a desktop, or how did you prepare them?
Normally from my desktop in the office.
In the office. So, who is in charge of the desktop now?
That desktop is no more there now.
Where is it?
It was on the Registrar General's office. So when I left, it remained on my desk.
Because that desktop will be of interest to us.
Yeah,
will be of interest to us.
Now,
this morning,
yes.
there is one document you gave us this morning. You said you were able to trace from your laptop.
Yes, I tapped that on my laptop. I tapped those properties. But usually you can just type on your laptop for those properties.
We know, yeah. Now, so that means there's a potential for other documents to be there in the laptop.
No, these are the ones.
Why are you saying no?
I cannot remember that. All my work I do in my office.
Will you be willing to submit the laptop to the committee for a forensic audit to be done on the laptop, so that we can retrieve all files that are ever created on that laptop?
Yes.
You'll be willing to do that?
Yes.
How soon can you do that?
Even tomorrow I can do that.
Tomorrow, okay. Honorable Chairman, will be interested to receive the laptop so that we can run some forensics to get all the files or folders that were ever created on that particular laptop. We may have something of interest to the committee.
That's correct.
So I request that we have that. Now, the second question, Mr. Chairman, is along the lines of when you, in your statement, you mentioned earlier that in one of the evictions, you decided to move the family of the former president to another location.
That's correct.
And I think you've also confirmed that you have not informed the Attorney General or the Solicitor General. You did it on your own.
That's correct.
And you've also confirmed that when you moved them to another property as well.
That's correct.
Now, in the list you provided us, can you point out to us the exact property that you moved these people to? Because you've given us a list this morning from your statement that highlighted the properties in in various locations in the Gambia here, at Cape Point, at Bijilo, at Sukuta, Kotu, Fajara, Kairaba Avenue, Olyundum Paradise. Can you point us exactly on AJ7, what property did you move these people to?
The one on top of Fajara Kanifi municipality.
Which is, which one?
Landed property compounds with in the same vicinity. That is page 2.
Page 2.
Yes, just on top of number 5.
That's the landed property, landed property constituted in the same vicinity as the above residence.
That's correct.
And the landed property compound, former residence of the foyer.
That's correct.
So what was the difference between these two? It's because it seems that they are in the same location.
Yeah.
What's the difference between these two properties?
The other one is a very small one, an opposite one compound, directly opposite a compound. And so when we moved them out, we decided that, since this is where the concern is most based on, let's move them here and put them here temporarily while they look for a place.
Yeah, but what was the rationale? Because your interest was to get these properties back. That was your interest.
Yeah, we already got them back.
Yeah, but you said you moved them from one to another.
Yeah.
So it means like from left hand to the right hand.
Yeah, somehow, yes.
Yes. So what were you trying to get?
The rationale is not to put them on the streets, but at least to have them somewhere while they look for a place.
But still now, which means the eviction you were trying to get is not done. Because if you evict them from one, you move it to another.
The idea was to evict them from that particular property.
Yes, exactly. What I wanted, in fact, the first question I asked, what interest did you have in that first property? What was special in the property?
Maybe they believe that because of the longevity of presence of the president's family, staying there may raise some security concerns. So I needed to move them out. But also, I'm human. I just cannot move them out on that particular day, place them on the streets when there is an empty room there. So I put them in the empty room, but also secure the presence of the parliamentary officers to be there. At least that have saved the security situation.
No, but again, still now it's you that is taking the charge of moving them.
That's correct.
But yet still, you are unable to tell us the rationale. You moved them from A to B when you needed A and you needed B at the same time.
The rationale is one, the security concerns there, but also to satisfy a request.
And the request was that. What was the request?
Evict them from that property.
Yeah, but how about the other property?
No, they never said I should not evict them from that property. There was only the other one. Since the other one was empty, I thought at least they could be there.
No, but the court order was very clear.
No, it was not an order of the court actually.
From who then?
It was instructions from the ministry.
So you were acting on the ministry or on the court order?
That was just instructions, general instructions that there are concerns that in certain areas people need to be moved out, and one of them is the property at Kotu.
Yeah, but again, these two properties are in the same place, according to your explanation.
Yeah. Yes.
Almost adjacent.
Within the same vicinity. Yes.
Yeah. So are you saying that it was the minister that instructed you to move them to use the other property?
No. The minister never said.
But then, what instruction are you talking about then? Because you're talking about what instruction are you talking about?
At some point, obviously the instruction. Well, it's the minister's instructions that I should evict them. In fact, yeah, that's
evict them.
Yeah, I should evict them.
Fine. But you take it up yourself. No, hold on. We are all on the same page now as far as the eviction is concerned.
Yeah.
But the issue you did, which you confirmed that you never told the minister.
No, I never told him.
Was you moved them from property A to property B.
Yes.
When in fact you needed both property A and B.
Yes.
So, but still now you are unable to tell us exactly what was the rationale to move them from that A to B.
It was just for them to be able to find a place to move into, and that is what we did, and they moved.
So essentially, you are robbing Peter to pay Paul along the way.
Well, Honorable, I don't.
Yeah, because you move from here to another one.
Well,
so for me, it doesn't really make any sense. Had it been that you moved them completely away from a different property, maybe not even actually under the former president, maybe I could have understood that, like a government or whatever, I could understand that. But it's the same property that are in question, but where the court is actually to take charge of both A and B, those two properties.
Yes.
But then you remove them from this one and put them on another one. For me, still now I cannot see any sense.
But at least the concerns have been allayed. The mere fact that we have at least had the presence of the security there 24/7, that has solved the concerns. So we needed to be humanitarian also, not to just use whatever advantage I have to myself and just place them on the streets.
Yes, Mr. Jallow,
I couldn't just bear that, so I had to put them in that particular
Small place.
Small place.
Yeah, in fact,
and then they eventually find a place for themselves.
Yeah, in fact, I don't think that's a humanitarian actually. Because if you move them for a big property that everyone in that whole area know them about, then you take them to a very small place, as you explained. That's humiliation actually.
I would not call it humiliation. It's just a few people.
No, I mean, we are all human beings.
Yes.
And you get
and they appreciated it also.
I understand. Well, maybe, yeah, but I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah.
But if somebody living in a very big property, as your experience says, you come, you evict them, and you take them to a smaller property in the same area.
Yes.
If you were a different area, I can understand.
Yes.
But in a whole different same place, smaller one, as you explained.
Yes.
That is humiliation actually.
But what if they request so? What can you do?
So are you saying that they requested for you to help
They
them?
indeed requested for help. And the only help I can offer at the material moment, not to place them on the streets, also put them there.
But do you have power to give that property to somebody else? Do you have the power to do that?
Not to allocate to somebody else, but at least for temporary use, since we have custody and control, yes, within my powers I could do that.
Who gave you that power?
By virtue of the court order, I have custody and control, so at least I should be able to maneuver within those powers, not to give our property to someone on a permanent basis, but under the circumstances in which I operated at that material moment, I think it was only proper I put them in that.
How long did they live in that property?
It's a very short period that they spend there.
Like how many weeks, months?
I cannot remember exactly, but I know they didn't stay there long. They left.
And when they were living, did they tell you they were living?
I know they have left because the properties have been taken over by the commission.
No. You are the one that gave it to them, not the commission.
Yes.
So are you saying that it was the commission that evicted them again?
I put them in there, and I even extended that information to the commission when I appeared there. There was a particular time I appeared at the commission.
Yeah.
I talked about those two properties.
Okay.
So, but eventually they left the place.
Okay. Thank you. Now, the last question I have is about the custody, which was in fact your responsibility from the court order. Now, you put up a team that was going to help you to ensure that you locate all these properties. How long did it take you to get to these properties? All you had to get. How long did it take you? You give us a list of properties in Fajara. You give us something in around Kanila area, and all the others. Yes. How long did it take you?
These last properties, the last properties I identified were the last things we did in our operations.
No, I'm talking about how long did it take you?
Of course, it has.
The inventory, all this inventory. You have inventory.
It has lasted for a period of 6 months since we started.
From period of six months.
Yeah, we have covered that 6 months period.
So we means within the 6 months period, you were able to get all this.
Yeah, we are able to get that.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Chair.
In fact, those properties, we got them from the very first time that we went out on the operations because they were within Banjul and notices were served on them. Thank you.
So you come first.
Thank you very much, Chair. And thank you, Mr. Jallow.
Thank you.
Mr. Jallow, just clarity.
Thank you.
Based on your statement on number 2, the issue of movable and immovable assets.
Yes, that's correct.
Can we call his animals as movable assets?
The animals? Yes, the animals are movable assets.
And they were under your custody?
No, not under my custody. They are supposed to be under the custody of the Livestock Marketing Agency.
But going through the court order, it's very clear. Go to the court order on number 2, responsibility given to you. Still movable assets are under your control.
That's correct.
So they should have been under your control.
Yes, the movable and immovable are subject to interpretation, and there is also, I think the order is specific on that. Let me just also go into the order. It is saying that that all the livestock held by or in possession or control of the respondent, his servants, agents, associates, and family members, or otherwise, whosoever, be and are hereby seized pursuant to this order and are to be kept under the custody and control of the Gambia Livestock Marketing Agency.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, because I've seen, that's why I asked you about the issue of movable assets.
Yes.
Well, they are part of it, and I want to notify you to the same number 4, but
yes.
I was trying to look at the court order where there's no condition on both sides, both you and Gilma.
Yeah.
Because who are you going to see the blame onto when it comes to the cattle?
Well, they are the ones who should have custody and control of the cattle by virtue of this paragraph.
Mr. Jallow, on number 4.
Yes, please.
When it comes to the task force that you set up.
Yes, please.
Why was the commission not represented?
Then at the time we were doing this, the commission has not been established yet. And we would not have ordinarily involved the commission because they had a specific mandate.
They were not established.
Yeah, they were not established yet. But sometime after we begin our operations, they were also established and they have started their public hearings. In the task force? Well, I wouldn't know in terms of seniority, but I know that I, as Registrar General, as far as those assets were concerned, I would be the senior in that regard.
The one who was to chair the meeting.
Yes.
So this is why I'm asking who was the most senior, because
yes.
Looking at the list.
Yes.
Going to the list, Augustus is not working for government.
That's
it's a private owned.
Yeah.
And then Gilma is part of government.
Yeah.
And then the army is also.
Yeah.
I know they might be sending a junior officer or a senior officer, but when it comes to seniority,
yes.
I think you would have been the most senior one.
By the setup, I should somehow play, a lead role.
So because I don't really chair, you were the chair, so I'm not going further with regards to the chair, because that's my reason why I'm bringing it back to this point when it comes to the one who chaired.
Yes.
But as far as you were one chairing, we can move ahead.
Okay.
Mr. Jallow.
Yes, please.
Let's look at number 5 of your statement.
Yes.
You made mention that just the last paragraph or the last sentence, many of the properties were not formally registered.
Yes.
Whilst others were registered in way of close associate.
Yes.
How were you able to identify those properties that were not registered?
Some of them by mere knowledge, and some of them, you will have direction, because of course, as part of the team, there are people who knows where JANNEH's properties are, and that is the reason why we co-opted the soldiers, because they know where most of these assets are.
Mr. Jallow.
Yes, please.
Properties that were not registered.
Yes.
Were you able to have their title deeds with you before you confirmed that they belong to JANNEH?
No, we do not have title deeds, but we have been able to verify and confirm that these are properties belonging to JANNEH, and indeed the commission has established that.
And what qualifies ownership of a property?
It depends on the circumstances. You may own a property which is not registered, but still that does not bar your ownership of that property. You may also have a property which is properly or duly registered, taking all the steps from local transfer up to leasing. And you may also have a property which only stopped at local transfer. And you may have a property which also, of course, proceeded from local transfer to official transfer. So it depends. You can even own a property which is not registered at all, and subsequently you may want to perfect your ownership of it.
But can you own a property being registered in the name of somebody else and you claim ownership? Can you claim ownership of the property?
No, you can claim, but it is subject to challenge in court. You can challenge that in court, but you can claim. As
because you made mention about close associate or family members.
Yes.
If compounds you are registered in the name of Sirif Sar as a close associate, what powers do you have to take that compound and qualify it as owned by the former president?
Well, as far as our operations are concerned, we are dealing with properties of the former president and his close associate servants or whatever. So that is why we attach some of those properties. And we did not check anything. We only merely serve notices, and then the commission later took over. We never did anything in the
when it comes to serving those notices, where do you base your action, because you serve somebody a notice on property A in the name of Ibrahim Njai. You feel, Commission feel that this Ibrahim Njai was a close associate to the former president, and in that the document that Ibrahim is having is in his name. How will you be able to get that property and then put it under the custody of the former president?
We never put anything on the custody of the former president. We only merely went there, and in fact, for some of those properties, the commission also went there. We merely served notice, and that's it. We did not, because some you would not be able to establish whether it is JANNEH or not JANNEH, but it is JANNEH's people who are resident there. But who owns it, you wouldn't know. And for example, properties in Banjul, it's difficult to have a title list of properties in Banjul. You may, but it's a challenge. So this is the situation. But for every property that we visited, especially in Banjul, if you get there, they will tell you property Ajame. They will tell you.
Mr. Jallow, can I refer you to your second to last page on the properties?
Yes.
Number 8. Bakau Kanifi Municipal Council.
Yes, please.
You say it.
Yes, please.
Landed property, Ndemban Clinic. Formerly owned by Dr. Jack Fall.
That's correct.
And purchased by Yaya Jammeh.
Yes.
Among the property that were listed,
yes,
it is only property that indicates that it was bought by him.
That is our knowledge, because there is a member of the committee who knows about that property, and he knew that it was a sheriff sale.
How about the other properties?
There was also another one, which was the Job Dolal property.
Because I've seen Job Dolal.
Yeah, Job Dolal was also a sheriff sale.
The Jara family.
Yes.
I have seen something. Pulo. Modupol, sorry.
Yes.
Were they sold by the sheriff, or were they
the ones that are very clear to me in terms of sheriff sales are the Job Dolal property and the Ndemban Clinic.
About the Modupulo one?
I'm not sure whether it was a sheriff sale, but it was Yajame's property.
But you had the document that shows that it belongs to Yajame, or the only
it's general information that he owns it. It was general information. We don't have any document as such, but it was very clear that he owns the property. And in one of those properties that was taken over by the commission.
It was taken over by the commission?
Yeah.
Mr. Jallow.
Yes, please.
I will take a little back on the issue of your paragraph on your statement. Number 16.
Yes, please.
The issue of eviction. Mr. Jallow, you made mention a name of Aisha Fatty that you had issues with, and it was difficult for you to evict that lady. And then you were questioned by the lead counsel, but I was not satisfied with the response. And I want you to help me to at least clear my doubts. When you went to the compound,
yes,
you said you find it tough to evict Aisha.
Yeah.
And Aisha showed you a document.
Not to evict, but to get her cooperation in terms of the ownership.
Yeah, to get her cooperation in terms of ownership.
Yeah.
And then she showed you a document that belongs to her. From there, you were asked or called by the, who called you?
It was by superiors at the Ministry of Justice.
Who called you, not superior? Superior are many.
The solicitor called me, and eventually we went to the minister.
Who was the solicitor by then?
Cherno was the solicitor. Cherno Marana was the solicitor.
And who was the minister?
Batambedu was the minister. Honorable Batambedu.
Mr. Jallow,
yes,
when the solicitor called you,
yes,
and you went to the minister,
yes,
you were there with who?
With the solicitor only and the minister.
Only two of you?
Only three of us.
You were in that meeting?
Yeah.
That was the first meeting?
A first meeting as in?
With regards to the solicitor or with regards to the
property in question?
Yes.
Yeah.
The second meeting was with who?
The second meeting was with the commission.
And then who was there?
The chairman himself and the commissioners as well as the lead counsel.
Was the minister present?
No.
The solicitor, was he present?
No.
Then when you decide to back out from it, from this said property?
Yes.
When?
At that spot, I back out from that property and the commission was to proceed with it.
During the meeting with the...
Yeah, that was where I took the decision that since the commission is now okay with it, they can proceed.
Now, with Mr. Jallow,
yes.
Yes, the commission wanted to take charge of the property.
Yes.
But the responsibilities we are giving to you
in the proceedings, and it was only proper that we defer it to the commission.
But the commission was also actively involved in other properties in which we went ahead with.
No, at this stage we have deferred to the commission. Even with the report I finally presented, we had already deferred to the commission. But with that Aisha Fatty one, we are yet to get to this point, and so that is why at that point we just had to defer to the commission.
But in your statement,
yes,
you said during the process of going around to visit these properties,
yes,
the commission also was doing the same thing.
Yes.
And then you mentioned Mr. Bah,
yeah,
who was accompanying you during the process because he was part of the commission.
No, he was not accompanying us. We brought it, we deferred to him by taking him around. We were the ones who took him around these properties that we inspected.
Why you take him around?
That is because we needed him to see, so that we deferred to him, because they were the ones now having custody.
Where was he working?
With the commission. He's an investigator of the commission.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was with the commission.
Yes.
And yet still we continue moving with him. When it comes to the issue of Aisha, the commission we are involved,
yes,
and we put it to a halt.
Now what happened, by the time we realized that the commission was also investigating, we are already into this. And so when we got to know that now the commission was also doing the same thing as us, we deferred to the commission.
So are you telling me
that is what happened? So, but not the reason why we decided to go with him is to identify the places we visited. And so we did that with him, and then we deferred to the commission.
So are you telling me that immediately when you read at Aisha's compounds,
yes,
the commission called you, that's the time you stop everything?
No, that was not it. With Aisha Fatty's prayers, that's a separate issue altogether.
You stop the issue of Aisha Fatty, but you continue with your process.
Yes, we continue with our process. But then, at that material moment, we didn't even know the commission itself went there. It was their investigators have been to Aisha Fatty. It was after we went to Aisha Fatty, and it was later that we came to realize that, in fact, the commission's investigators, I understand, also went to Aisha Fatty's property. So when we got to the commission, then there was no need for us to proceed, since the commission was established purposely for that purpose. So we had to defer to them.
Mr. Jallow,
yes,
will you agree with me that the issue of Aisha Fatty was so special?
Well,
no, just come to the point. It was so special, and why was it so special?
Well, maybe she's a special person.
Special in what sense? Special more than the former special family?
Well, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than.
So why was he why was he more equal?
I wouldn't know. Maybe she had more support. I wouldn't know really.
Yes, I'm not hearing you clearly.
I'm really talking about this one. I don't know why I was dragged to this spot. This as a party thing, I was going to be happy if we didn't talk about. But the thing is, I don't know. He was special in what? I wouldn't know.
So he was a special animal in the farm.
That is what it appears to be. Anyway.
That was given the best share. And a special treatment.
Honorable, I've done my best.
No, we still need to help us, because you want to, get the facts. Because the reason why Aisha was given that special treatment, we want to know why you were called on a meeting to come and tell us what is not correct and what is not right, when you were called to be asked to stop. That was the reason. What was the reason? Tell us. Honorable, you always use that word. I thought I was going too much. This was what the word you always use.
Honorable.
Yes, Mr. Jallow.
I think I have cleared the air. Maybe now you want me to be as clear as the skies.
Exactly. I will be very clear so that everybody is standing down there. You know, the flamer was talking.
Honorable, simply said, I have been to Aisha Fatty's property. I have done my utmost in terms of serving the notice. I have done my utmost in terms of establishing ownership, and eventually it was deferred to the commission. And I think I previously also mentioned, I don't know why they want to put pressure on me regarding this Aisha Fatty property, but I know also that I have said that because my minister has asked me to stand down, the mere fact that I could not establish ownership.
Who was your minister by then?
Honorable Batambedu was my minister at the time.
And I will make mention that if you are in that compound, Aisha normally call somebody and put it on.
We are sensitive to what was going on. Of course, obviously, we will observe as people who were within her vicinity. We will definitely observe. We'll also be taking note of it, because no sooner you get there, she will call, and the phone will be on. You can. Did
you suspect anyone?
No, I did not suspect anyone.
You did not suspect anyone?
No, honorable.
Mr. Jallow.
Yes, please.
I mean, I know you are a lawyer. You're not like to be dragged. But after your 180 days mandate that was given to you, were you still acting in pension?
Yes.
Did you receive any extension?
Well, according to council, that I had an extension, but quite frankly, I never saw that extension. It was never brought to my attention, and nor did I participate in any transaction leading to its procurement.
You did not receive any extension.
No.
You were given your mandate for 180 days.
Yes.
And there was no, you don't receive any extension.
No.
Why not operating illegally then?
No, I was not operating out of my bounds. All my operations were within my time.
But you were given a time frame and then that expired.
Yes.
The 180 days expired.
Yes.
Anything after 180 days was what? How your time as a lawyer?
It will be ultra virus, but I did not participate. I did not act outside the bounds of my order.
No, not the order. You were given a mandate.
Yes.
The mandate was 180 days.
Yes.
After the mandate, I think you have ceasefire to say, my mandate is finished. Are you going to extend or not? If they claim not to pay you, or they claim to say that you went beyond your time, why were you doing this? Why were you base your argument?
I did not go beyond my time. All my operations were within my time.
After the 180 days, you stopped everything.
I seized everything.
But I look at that shows that you are given an extension. You said you were acting after 180 days.
No, I never received any extension.
But you said you acted after 180 days. You were acting.
No, I did not say that.
Not too long ago, you said, I am asked you whether after 180 days you continue doing this job. You said yes.
No, I did not say that, Honorable. Maybe you did not hear me properly. I did not say that. I did not say that.
Okay, we will argue much on that.
I did not say that.
Mr. Jallow, let me just put in my last question and then I hand over to...
I hope it will be the last question. Honorable.
I hand over to the chair to do the needful. Mr. Jallow, I know you made mention that most of these records are not with you, but we don't have them with you. And then most of our colleagues are appealing to you. This was an office, and it's still an office. Office is still there.
Yeah.
Will you be able to please go back and do a thorough search to get us those documents that have been asked from you?
Yeah. I think the documents I did not present the report from Farato Farms, and the one I mentioned I submitted to the ministry regarding the cattle sale with the attachment. On the internal memorandum, I said I did before we went into the operations. Those were the ones I did not see.
Thank you, Mr. Jallow.
Mr. Witness, now I'll ask Honorable JANNEH if he has some question for clarity.
Thank you very much, Chair. And thank you very much, Mr. Jallow.
Thank you.
For providing us with those limited answers, I would put it, because it seems all that you are asked since morning is either I don't know, I forget, or it was an oversight.
Okay.
Do you want to tell this commission that, this committee rather, that those are the new trend or norms to approach issues when you fall short?
Thank you, Honorable. I think I've provided clarity where I was supposed to provide clarity, and I've made it very clear where I did not have the information. I've also made that very clear. And even in my covering letter, that was very clear. All the documents that I was able to produce, I produced them, and I submitted them to the commission. Those that I'm not able to produce, I clearly identified them, and I said, if I'm able to retrieve them anytime later, soon, I will make them available. So obviously, I'm not evading any questions as regards to that.
Mr. Jallow, don't you think you should be in a position to provide the said documents, considering the fact that you were serving a public office, not a private entity?
Absolutely, and that is why I said now I can reflect. Since all these documents were sent via the records office, I believe consultation with the records office will help to retrieve those documents.
So you are confirming with this committee that you will be able to provide us with all relevant informations that are requested from your office?
Let's say I may be able to, because I have to go through the Ministry of Justice now, which didn't occur to me at the material moment when I was to produce them. But on reflection, I now realize that since all my documents were sent through the records office, then I should be able to retrieve them from the files, unless if they don't exist, but they should be in the files.
Mr. Jallow.
Yes, please.
I also understand that you are never comfortable talking about the issue of Aisha Fatty, who was given that special treatment unlike any other Gambian. Let me just land, sir. Let me just land. In your response to the lead counsel, and also in your response to my colleague, Honorable Sir, I realize there were inconsistencies in terms of the answers you provided. And that is to say, the official or that senior, whatever you may refer him or her to, earlier to the council you said it was the minister. Later, when Honorable Sir probe, you said it was the Solicitor General. In between these two individuals, who exactly were you speaking to? Because we want specific answers.
Maybe you did not follow very well. My answer was very, very specific. My answer to lead counsel was that I was called by the solicitor. And when I came, I went with the solicitor to the Honorable Minister and we had the meeting. That was my response to that specific question. And the question subsequently asked by honorable member of the panel was, when calls were made by Aisha Fatty, and do we suspect anyone? And I said, no, we do not suspect anyone. So I made it very clear that on that occasion, it was the Honorable Solicitor General that called me and said, where are you? I said, I was going to where I told you I'm going, and that was to go and attach that to go and serve the notice at Aisha Fatty's premises. And when I came back, he said we should go and see the Honorable Minister. So we went there and we had that meeting.
Mr. Jallow, as a seasoned lawyer and a professional, do you think it is right to disobey a court order against a phone call through instructions to defer an action that you were supposed to undertake?
The action was not deferred, Honorable. It was not deferred. The mere fact that it proceeded to the extent of the commission, so it was never deferred. At least,
Mr. Jallow, it was deferred because there was a special treatment for her. She was supposed to be moved out, only for her to be allocated somewhere or not?
Not to be moved out, to establish ownership. It was to establish ownership. We served the notice. The notices will tell you that at some point, this property is of interest to government and may be seized from you. Let me clarify. And when we do that, then you should anticipate that at some point you may be evicted from this property. At that material moment, our concern was, how do we establish she is claiming ownership? And since she is claiming ownership, we needed to verify that. That verification process was what led her to bring out a military letterhead, the document on a military letterhead. And we said, no, this would not amount to ownership. And then she needed to prove that. So during our meeting, the meeting we had at the office of the Honorable Minister, it came out that the document she produced was a document produced on a military letterhead. And I am of the view that that is not okay, and that is, of course, that is not okay. But the Honorable Minister's position is that we are unable to establish ownership. So then that was the time I said, I may be going too far with my minister when I said, in situations like this, the onus to prove, shifts. And I said, under the circumstances, that it was for her to prove that she owns it and not for us to establish it. So that was what dragged, and until it got to the commission, and the commission took over from us.
Mr. Jallow?
Yes, please.
I think you might forget in terms of some of the things you actually share with us, but I'm not too sure if really we can easily forget in terms of, the evidence you put before us. Yeah. Could you recall in your own statement or evidence that you adduced to the council, you said there was a red flag raised to say Aisha Fatty, or to say, no, let me just, if I allow you, not in your written statement, in your verbal, through the cross-examination, I will call it, if I may call it.
Okay.
Yeah? You said something. You said the minister informed you that some of the properties that are occupied by certain individuals, they need to move out for security reasons. I think you said this.
Yes.
So as such, why was she treated special, even though there was this security alert to say they should move out? Only for you to in fact go by extension to provide security for this individual. Why? Why that special treatment? We need to know better.
I don't think we provided security to her. In the case of Aisha Fatty, there were no security concerns raised. The only concern was that we wanted to establish ownership because we could not have taken it just like that. So we thought, since she has claimed that she owns it, it was important we establish that ownership. And because she has produced a document on a military letterhead, we thought she needed to provide further clarity. And that was what brought about the back and forth.
Mr. Jallow, I wouldn't go further on that, but all that I want to say here is a title deed with a military letterhead. Even a layman,
no, it's not.
A layman would know that particular title deed or property is not the legal belonging of the individual claiming to own it.
Absolutely.
So the excuse that she need to establish or prove herself beyond all reasonable doubt shouldn't even delay any process here.
You need
having the understanding that you are the acting registrar general.
Yes.
So you should know some of these things to your fingertip.
Yes, but that is why we attach the property and eventually defer to the commission for the commission to take action.
Mr. Jallow.
Yes, sir.
Let's look at your statement or the evidence that in fact you submitted to us here.
Okay.
Let's look at the missing documents.
Yes, please.
One, you said internal memorandum following preparatory meeting.
Yes.
Two is about the report and whatever.
Yes.
What will come to your mind about a document with the name internal memo?
It's a document within the ministry.
Yeah, from the Ministry of Justice. It seems, in fact, it was authored by yourself.
Yes, that's
and
correct.
sent by yourself to the Solicitor General.
That's correct.
And the subject of the letter is initial report of the task force enforcing High Court order freezing assets of the former president. Are you privileged to this document?
Yes, this one I have submitted to the commission. This is not the one.
This is not the one?
No, this is not the one.
Thank you.
Now, this one I showed them as an example of how I was progressively reporting. This is in respect of inventories we did in Kanilai. It was the first wide or big inventory that we ever did. And whatever inventories we do, we will submit. And the report I'm making reference to was the report I prepared after visit to Farato and Banjul Nimfa. That is the report I'm talking about. That report, I believe, was shared with the commission. I think I addressed it to the Solicitor General and copied the minister. That's having the modus operandi. I would write address to the Solicitor General and copy the Honorable Minister. So that report is what I could not trace. But now I can reflect that if I go to the Ministry of Justice, I should be able to retrieve them. But that was the report that was shared with the Commission of Inquiry that led to the Commission of Inquiry, of course, making an interim order for the sales. That was the report. I was the one that did that report.
Mr. Jallow,
yes.
You also accused that you were not aware about the extension.
Yeah, that's correct. I was not aware. I was not aware.
Who normally appoints the receiver?
The court.
The court.
Yes.
Through the Ministry of Justice.
Yeah, the ministry will be an applicant and the court will appoint.
Will appoint.
Yes.
So do you think that will happen without the minister discussing it with you?
It's very possible, given the fact that he was inundated with other activities. He might have forgotten. But ordinarily, they should have brought it to my attention, because in the procurement of it, I will not be present.
Mr. Jallow,
yes.
Is it right for the minister not to discuss such with you, and also for the ministry not to inform you formally about such a decision, especially a decision relating to an extension of an exercise?
It will not be proper, but maybe there is an oversight on their side, but they never brought to my attention. Yeah, that will not be proper.
Ministry of Justice, your slogan is oversight. Seriously.
I think that's the appropriate term to use. I wouldn't say it is deliberate on their side. They might have.
Yeah, but sometimes
the minister is somebody who has a lot of things to do, so you can imagine.
Mr. Jallow, with all fairness, you know, we're not running our personal entities or our personal homes.
Absolutely.
So as such, there should be no excuse in the execution of our duties.
That's correct.
So for me, an oversight is a flimsy excuse, if I may refer to it.
Okay.
Considering the fact that the tax you are given or the office you occupy is a public office, you paid out of taxpayers' money, you should take that work with every other seriousness.
Absolutely.
In ensuring that you execute your duties as much as you can.
That's correct. But
so it will not be wrong, let me just say this, it will not also be wrong to say deliberately we just ignored or we couldn't do it.
No, that would be superfluous.
Okay. Mr. Jallow.
Yes.
When the acting AG came here, that is the current acting AG,
yes,
Mr. Colley,
yes,
he said to us that there were missing files.
Missing files?
From the office.
Okay. Missing files from the office.
Or missing documents, let me say.
Honorable JANNEH,
the register.
I believe you mean the current Registrar General.
The current Registrar General.
The AG.
The current Registrar General. Excuse my language.
I understand what you meant.
You know, because I got him as AG, acting whatever, Registrar, ARG rather.
Yes.
Yes, so he said there were missing documents or files when you left, because I think he succeeded you, right?
Yes.
Yes. He said there were missing documents from that office, and he struggled
Missing documents from the office?
Yes.
As in which office?
The office he occupied right now.
Absolutely.
The Registrar General's office.
What specific documents were they? Did he specify?
One was to say
Yes.
some of the documents that you couldn't find, like the report.
Those are not reports handled by the Registrar General's office. Those are reports I authored and, of course, addressed to the Solicitor General. So they will not be found.
Mr. Jallow, I'm not understanding.
Yes.
You said those were reports you authored.
Yes.
Do you author those reports for your personal consumption?
No.
Or you authored them for official purpose?
I authored them for official purpose, and that office is the Ministry of Justice.
Okay, just wait. You authored them for official purpose.
Yes.
Why is it that a copy
Yes.
of that report cannot be traced in that office?
It should not be traced in that office. It should be traced from the registry, not from that office. Whatever I author goes to the registry. Anything I author, look at the one.
No, I'm not, but you are occupying the office of the Registrar General, not so.
That's correct.
So any outgoing letter,
Yes.
is it not proper?
Yes. Yes.
Is it not proper
Yes.
to have a copy of
Yes.
it in a file in that particular office?
That is wise, and as I said, that was wise, but
Not just wise, but
Yes.
proper.
It's proper. It's
Right.
proper.
Right.
And that is why I had some of my documents. But as I said, every document I authored was with the ministry. Every document I authored was addressed to the Solicitor General, and the Attorney General will be copied. And of course, these documents ordinarily will be sitting in the registry.
So, Mr. Jallow,
Yes.
why is it that
Yes.
you cannot go to the office of the registrar and obtain these reports and submit to the committee as requested?
To the Ministry of Justice, not to the registrar.
To the Ministry of Justice.
Yes. I just want us to make this distinction. If I sit here as registrar and I author a letter, it is not for me per se in my office. It is for the superiors, and that authority is the Solicitor General. Normally, that's how I should convey my correspondences. Solicitor General, copy the Attorney General, but those documents will sit in the registry.
No, I'm not disagreeing
In the records.
No, I'm not disagreeing to when you author documents.
Yeah.
You should serve the relevant authorities.
That's correct.
However, I am also with the belief that any document or letter that you authored at that capacity as the acting Registrar General, a copy should be traced. So why is it difficult for you and the current acting Registrar General to trace these documents for the committee?
I think that can be done, as I said. But remember, I only had 2 days to submit these reports. So obviously, I quickly did what I was supposed to do, and there was a timeline to produce these things. So maybe from now, one can go to the registry, to the Ministry of Justice, go through the records and try to retrieve these documents, because they are all addressed to the minister. And so, sorry, to the Solicitor General, and the minister was copied. So obviously, the mere fact that my document was shared with the commission is an indication that indeed it was authored and shared. So not seeing it, for me, cannot be seen to be a lack of submission of a document. No, I did the report. I submitted the report. The report or its content was shared with the commission, and of course that led to some remedial action.
Mr. Jallow, I will take you back. You said you only had 2 days to serve the committee with documents requested.
Yes, I think it was
from your end.
Yes, I think it was 2 days.
Counsel, can you clarify that? Was it 2 days?
Check.
Looking at when the summons
was issued.
Yes.
Secretariat, can we see a copy
I
of
think it was 2 days.
Chair, please, just a minute. We confirm that aspect. I think it's important.
I suppose it was 2 days. Let me also check whether I have anything here. Summons to produce.
Mr. Jallow,
Yes, please.
just to guide you here,
Yeah.
the documents we ask you to submit before this committee,
Yeah.
it were received 25th of July.
Yes.
So meaning you received the summons
Yes.
to produce evidence
Yes.
before the 25th.
Yes.
And today is what?
No.
No, don't just say no. Answer my question first, then you give
Then
me
I
answers.
okay. Today is 30th.
Today is 30th.
Yes.
What is the days different here?
5 days.
5 days.
Yes.
You can come and let me hear
Okay.
from you.
I was to produce them on the 25th and appear on the 29th. Let me go into I think I have one of them here.
Ken,
The summons to produce was dated the other part is not coming. Wait, let me just get to the bottom of it.
just get me the date that the letter was authored.
I'm trying to confirm that. I'm trying to look at the date of the letter, but I cannot. But summons to produce. Okay, here it is. The appear on the 29th July 2025. That was what I said earlier. Now let me go to the one that be at, and it said at 2:30. That was supposed to be yesterday. Now the summons to produce. The summons to produce.
When was the letter authored? Or when specifically do you receive the letter? It's my interest now.
Yes, just wait.
Could we,
Just wait.
Council,
Just wait.
could we, I think the
I will
way book
show you something.
is the way book that will determine. It can be authored today and not delivered today.
That is,
The way we will
I'm
tell
just
us
trying to
when it was-
confirm something because even them, okay, this one says dated this 25th day of July 2025. That's the date. 25th July 2025.
25th July.
It says failure to comply with this summons, make full disclosure or deliberately concealing any material evidence from the committee shall constitute contempt of the National Assembly. And it said dated 22nd day of July 2025.
Meaning,
Yes.
this letter
Yes.
was sent to you
Yes.
the 22nd July.
No, not 22nd July. It was after that. And I was to produce
Okay.
the 25th.
Now let me just learn. Let's
Yes.
assume now.
Yes.
It was authored
Yes.
22nd.
Yes.
You receive it
Let's say
25th.
No, not 25th.
Of course.
No.
Now be a judge.
No.
Can we allow?
Can we
Can allow the?
If I explain, you will understand.
New stamp was totally received. This is when he submitted to us, to the National Assembly, 25th. That's the stamp.
What is that? That is my letter. That is not your letter.
That is the letter and the evidence
That is from me.
you sent to us.
Yes. Your letter did not come to me on the 25th. It is mine that came to you on the 25th, and that was the deadline for me to respond.
Now, listen to me, Mr. Jallow. Let's establish this.
Yes.
A letter was sent to you
Yes.
to produce documents, and you acted swiftly,
Yes.
which was the 25th, that
Yes.
this National Assembly or this committee
Yes.
received documents
Yes.
from your end. But then you said the timeline was just 2 days for you.
Yes. It was too late.
And because of the tight schedule,
I have to meet up that deadline.
you couldn't produce all the documents needed.
That's correct.
And for me, looking at the correspondence, it was beyond 2 days. It was even more than 5 days.
No, it wasn't.
Of course.
Your own letter is dated the 22nd of July. And that letter requested me to produce those documents by the 25th of July at 4.
Which you did?
Which I did.
So why is it that you couldn't produce other documents that were requested from you?
Indeed, that's the process we are into. And I said in the letter that we will make efforts to retrieve other documents. And now, the best place to retrieve those documents, since my own personal copies are not available with the Ministry of Justice, because they were all authored and addressed to the Ministry of Justice.
Okay, now we will make life very...
So we agree that I had only 2 days to produce.
I wouldn't agree.
Of course,
I cannot.
Evidence is before you, Honorable.
No.
Okay, can we please... okay.
The evidence I have before me is you produced this evidence on the 25th.
Yes.
And we are written to the 22nd.
I received it on the 23rd.
Well,
yes.
I remember.
Excuse me. No, Chair. Let's take this. Let's get this.
Just hear me out. That's a solution.
Yes, if you look at your records, you will see this.
There is a solution to this.
No, you even have a solution.
The solution is any letter that emanates from this committee
Certainly.
goes to the secretariat and they have a way book.
Yes, correct.
The receipt of the correspondence will be signed by the person who it is addressed to.
That is correct.
Can we push this to your next appearance? Then we'll have a way book and then conclude on that. Whether actually you got this thing on this particular day, because that's the only evidence we'll have.
No,
he will have to sign.
Chair.
Perfect.
Chair, if you will allow me to learn, we can make life easy for all of us by making a request of these documents to be here in the next 24 hours. Why do I say so? Let's look at the timeline from the 25th that he submitted the documents that are at his disposal to date. It's about 5 days interval or 4 days. Let's even forget about when he received the letter, when he did submission. Let's look at the missing documents that he claimed he couldn't produce. And also contrast it to the date that he submitted to these documents and the date of the hearing. Let's look at it.
You can go ahead and make a submission.
Honorable, I think now you are going into another explanation. That would make sense in the sense that my response was in respect of the deadline that was specified in the letter. The deadline specified in the order or in the summons is the 25th day by 1600 hours, and the letter was dated 22nd, and it never came to our office until the 23rd. So ordinarily, based on that summons, one was obligated to respond, and that was why I responded with those documents that I presented. So it was, of course, within a space of 2 days. And the other summons read to appear on the 29th before the panel at 2:30. That was it. Even your investigators, when I had a word with them, they too said it was an oversight. I was supposed to appear, and my statement would be taken. That was supposed to be on the 20. That was supposed to be yesterday. Yes, but yesterday was supposed to be my appearance. But because they did not take my statement in advance, they said, now we do the statement yesterday. So that is why I have to call the person back to say, I have the 2 of your letters here. So I said, in fact, we have already verified. It is true. It was an oversight on our side. That was the case.
Chair, now to make it simple,
yes, please.
I want to request for Mr. Jallow to provide this committee with the following documents that were missing. 1, the internal memo following the preparatory meeting. 2, the report on the visit of Farato Farms and Banjulumbing. 3, the internal memo on the sales of livestock. And we would love to get these documents tomorrow at most 3 p.m. Chair, with your permission.
Mr. Witness?
Yes,
Honorable. There's a motion raised by the honorable member.
Yes.
What's your response?
I can only do my utmost. I'll do my utmost to retrieve them from the Ministry of Justice.
And get us
Yeah,
before,
whatever I
before
retrieve,
3.
I'll definitely make it available.
Before by latest 3. Is that okay?
Yes, of course, I will come here. Even if whether I get them or not, I'll be here. But I will definitely make effort to retrieve them from the ministry. I'm sure they should be there.
Mr. Jallow.
Yes, please.
You know, Mr. Colley sat in the same chair.
Yes.
And it was more or less the same drama. Drama in a sense, you know, his response where I don't see document A, I don't see B, I don't see C. And similar is emerging from your end. So as such, we need to take this committee a bit serious.
Of course, we take it.
You know, all
is serious.
No, let me just say this. All our colleagues are on recess with their families.
Yeah.
We are here sitting, not joining our families.
That's right.
Because we owe it to the country.
That's right.
So as such, we should be really extra cautious in terms of how we approach this committee. If I have to be honest, for me, I am least happy seeing seasoned and senior government officials not really delivering up to expectation. So I repeat, as I requested, if in case you cannot get any document, there is no reason, and there is no problem for you to put it in writing and inform this committee. Otherwise, we might see it as a contempt.
Okay.
Just to avert those misunderstandings. I think I have a final question.
Okay.
Because you said before 2016, your records, or the way you used to take records, looking at your statement, I think this should be your statement, yes, number 8 or clause 8. Most of the record takings you were doing was on manual.
Yeah.
You don't have any electronic system.
Yeah.
Is that the situation as we speak?
I cannot say for certain whether that is the situation as we speak.
Before you leave that office,
Yes.
do you make efforts to upgrade from manual to electronic data recording?
Yeah, the deeds registry, yes, of course, move to digital, the deeds registry.
So meaning,
Yes.
the properties that were cancelled, one shouldn't have a problem.
Which properties were cancelled?
There were lease properties that were cancelled, I think.
I'm not aware.
Hold on. Mr. Colley,
Okay.
that is the acting registrar general.
The Registrar General now.
The registrar general now, you know, your office would leave you to act for 4 years. I think you acted for 4 years.
That's correct.
I don't know why ministry would just play around laws. Anyway, let's look at number 9. Let me read, because I know you don't have the statement.
Okay.
It says the cancellation of these leases were initiated via an internal memo
Okay.
from the Ministry of Justice.
Okay.
It was not addressed by the Solicitor General directly, but rather routed through a deputy who copied the Solicitor General. The cancellations were implemented without a formal report being sent back.
Okay. I'm not aware because I wasn't there.
You were not there?
No.
Okay, even if you are not there, my question is,
Yes.
if one should walk
Yes.
to the office of the Registrar General
Yes.
and you want to outsource these data,
Yes.
can it be done electronically?
I should think so. They should be able to.
No, it shouldn't be, I should think so, because at first I ask you a question.
Honorable, let me provide context. Provided it is digitally captured. Let's put it there. Provided it is digitally captured, yes. If it were not digitally captured, I cannot say yes. I would say it may.
Mr. Jallow,
Possibility, yes.
let's get this right, yeah?
Yes, yes.
We have a digital system in place.
The deeds registry now is somehow digital now.
Will it,
You can now register digitally, yes.
will it be right, or will it not be right to have a land not registered or a property not registered digitally as we speak.
It could be that, yes, of course.
It could.
Yeah.
What could be the reason to that? If you have upgraded
Yes.
from manual
Yes.
to digital, why should the Registrar General
Yes.
not use a digital system?
Yes. We are speaking of those things that happened in those days. So that transaction may have happened when it was not digitized. But as the time I was leaving, by the time I was leaving, the digitization process has already started with the deeds registry. And I left around that point, the deeds registry. But now, it is no more manual as it used to be, carrying big books and doing the registry. Now they register digitally, those documents. So I'm saying, if the transaction was done on that digital platform, then there is a possibility you can trace them from that digital platform. If the transactions were not carried out on a digital platform, then that is something else. That is what I'm saying.
You know,
I'm not saying that.
No, Mr. Jallow, I got you.
Yeah.
Let me say this. You know, at first, when I read clause 9 to you,
Yes,
you said you were not there.
that's correct. Yes,
I made a follow-up question to ask.
yes,
When you were serving
yes.
at the Registrar General's office,
Yeah.
how was the system like?
It's manual.
And it was manual until when you leave.
Yes, until when I left. By the time I was leaving, the digital system was supposed to start, but I did not operate that.
You did not operate.
I did
that.
not operate that.
So currently, what would be your take? Is it digitalized or not, the entire system? That is my last question.
Let's say somehow digitalized. It's difficult to say that everything is digitalized, but the deeds registry has moved from that manual system to a digital system. That is just the truth. But I never, enjoyed that one. Of course, it's my successor.
Earlier, I said final one, but now my question is, you said it took you 6 months to identify the properties, about 36 properties, right?
Not just those properties. Everything that we did took us around that.
Clarify more, because me, I'm assuming the whole 6 months took you
No,
to identify
honorable.
36 properties.
There are other things we did, not just.
Tell us some of those things we want to know. This is why we are here.
The inventories are provided. Will provide that. Our visits to Kanila, our visits.
If you say if you say inventories,
Yes.
inventories on what specifically?
Unmovable assets.
Unmovable assets like what? Because someone asked you about a movable asset relating it to livestock.
Yes.
And you said they are movable assets.
Yes.
And that could prompt another question.
Those
Even though I want to draw the quoted here.
No, that's why I said it's subject to qualification. Movable, but not under our custody. That's what I said. The order is very clear. It may be a movable, but not under our custody. It's a movable.
Mr.
It's not under our
my
custody.
question is very direct.
Yes.
Tell us some of those activities aside the identification of the properties
Yes.
that you were engaged in.
Yes.
Because for me,
Yes.
spending a whole 6 months just to identify 36 properties.
Yes. We identified a lot, not just 36 properties. The assets tracing involved a lot of exercise. It involved a lot of movement from one place to another. It involved service of the notices. It involved taking inventories of those assets that you found at respective locations. That is not just about land. No, it wasn't about that. And that is why I said it's not just limited to land. It's also extending to other things, because it says movable and immovable. The reason why I answered the honorable question to say that was not under our custody, because the act was, the order was specific that it was to be received by the department, the department, the livestock marketing agency.
Jallow.
Yeah.
Even though they said they never participated.
Well, they were supposed to participate. That is just the truth.
Mr. Jallow, this is why.
Yes.
Go back. Also provide us. I'll make another request.
Yes.
Provide us minutes.
Yes.
Of the first meeting.
Yes.
You had with the stakeholders.
I will declare to you from this onset. I cannot produce that.
You cannot produce
I'll be
that.
very clear.
It's a very fair.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. I rest my case here.
Mr. Jallow,
Yes, please.
in your testimony,
Yes.
you did say at one point when the commission took over about this establishing the ownership of the property ascribed to Aisha, you took you backed down. I want to say, out of curiosity, did you later find out whether the ownership was established, and if it so happened, in whose name?
If it was captured in the Commission's report as to have been taken, yes. If it is not captured in the Commission's report, then I will assume that the ownership still remains with her.
No, here what I'm saying is, can you confirm whether it is captured the way you are saying in the report or not? Can you?
In the Commission's report?
Yes. But now you are saying if it is.
I cannot remember.
That's why I said, just out of curiosity. If you don't know, that's not a problem.
Yeah. Maybe it's subject where one can find out, but honestly speaking, I wouldn't know.
Thank you.
Because I know that they dealt with it, they were the ones that handled it, so I would expect that at least if they had drawn a conclusion, it's either or not, they have taken it from her.
Okay, when it comes to the landed properties, which I thought were under your receivership, have you come across any ownership of properties in the Brufut Heights? The former President JANNEH.
The one we came across was in, I think, Paradise View, and it was occupied by a sister. So we took Mr. Balde there.
This one I'm talking about, the Brufut Heights. You know, when the AU conference was coming around, there were a lot of plots given to government, and have you come across any records of properties belonging to the former president around the Brufut Heights?
No. The tracing of the former president's assets is quite a challenge because there's a lot of properties of the former president, and there's a possibility one may not be able to trace all these assets. That is highly likely that one may not be able to trace all this. But as far as I know, the commission did an extensive work when it comes to the landed properties. That I know for certain. They did extensively on the landed properties. All the leased properties per se, I want to believe they were able to list them, and it might have formed part of their report. Of course, yes.
That's all I have. Joe.
Thank you. Council, any further clarification before we?
Yes, Honorable Chair. Just a little bit of clarification, but the first one would be, I believe it's Honorable Mbo or Honorable JANNEH that proposed that the witness provides copies of memos and reports, I believe, to actually go to the Ministry of Justice and obtain these copies of these memos that he authored and submit same to the committee within 72 hours. Honorable Chair, 24 hours, memos and reports. Yes, Honorable Chair, I just wish to add on to what Honorable JANNEH has stated. I do not want the witness to be limited to just the memos and the reports. I believe the witness has stated that there has been minutes of meetings, and I think not just minutes of meetings, but in addition to these, any correspondence between the Registrar General's Department and the Commission, any correspondence between the AG himself to the Registrar General, not just communications from the Registrar General to the AG, but the other way around as well, and also from the Solicitor General to the Registrar General. All these correspondences, I'd like the witness to provide, to go to the Attorney General's chambers, obtain the copies of these documents and submit same to the committee.
I think I made it very clear that I don't have any correspondence between me and the commission.
Mr. Jallow.
Yes.
Here I'm giving you a cue.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Go to the Attorney General's chambers.
Yes.
Go to the Records Department and provide everything that is between the commission and your department. You know, you've already stated you cannot remember. So maybe right now your memory is being
No, the commission
being
my
clouded.
department.
Let me finish.
Yes.
Your memory is being clouded. I'm trying to juggle your memory. When you go there, you can tell the records assistants to help you find these correspondences.
I'm just saying clearly from here that I have no correspondence between me and the commission. We have no correspondence.
You never received
All the correspondences I did were between me and the Ministry of Justice. We are within the Ministry of, let me put it this way, we are within the Ministry of Justice.
Honorable Chair, just
a second.
All right.
We just want to intervene.
Yes, what I just want to say, Mr. Jallow, you are on the oath. And I think the council is doing a favor by referring you.
Yes.
And I think it is in your own interest to heed to that advice from the council. You go back there, because again, like I said, we see, we are investigating. We come across documents from all over, and people actually are giving us documents from all across the government.
That's right.
That's why we see making you a favor, telling you to go back there and try to get as much as is possible.
Yes.
Because we have something in here, and we do not want to charge you for misleading this commission. Go back there, and that's your own interest.
My response to that was, what I'm telling her is that for the documents that I have photos, I can receive, I can trace them. Yes. Yes.
I think what we will do is, now it seems like the committee is ordering you. You go back to Minister of Justice.
Correct.
And get the documents that you can get and bring them.
That's not it.
But you can work on the specific documents that they mentioned. If you go to the records office, I'm sure they will give you documents. I think council is giving is doing.
No, I understand.
So please, I mean, I don't want you to respond to the.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Again. Yes,
that's okay. That's okay.
That's fine. Council, any more thing?
Yes, Honorable Chair. I just want the witness to clarify something. One of the committee members asked the witness about handing over of files and documents to the Registrar General that took over when he was transferred to another department. And I just want the witness to clarify further. The current Registrar General who took over the department after you were transferred to the registry of companies, the company's registry, sorry, was a witness here last week.
Okay.
And he clearly stated to this committee, or he clearly told this committee that there was a file you had, and which you stated that you had a file which had copies of the documents that you used, the ones you authored, others that just memos and reports, inventories. And he stated that when you were being transferred to another department, to the company's registry, you took this file with you. And therefore, as Registrar General, when he came in 2018, whilst the order of the High Court was still in effect, and whilst the Commission was still doing its work, he had no document or no copies of any document that you had with him, because you took the file with you.
Okay.
Is that correct?
It seems there is a back and forth, and I'm avoiding the back and forth. I did not believe that Cooley is aware of any such file as such. I don't believe that. I never shared that with him. What I normally do is, if I do a letter, I want to keep that letter also for myself. But ordinarily, those letters are not even supposed to be for me. Whatever I author is within the ministry, and I will take it to the registry. That as far as I know. But sometimes, in practice, some people want to keep documents for themselves. But to say that there was a dedicated file that belongs to the department of the Registrar General Department, which I went away with, I think that would be unfair, quite frankly. And when I was moving to the Registrar of Companies office, there was no such calculated move to move with any files as such. No, that wasn't the case. What I do is I try to keep documents somehow. But my movement at the Ministry of Justice was so rapid in some instances, and in the course of that, you can miss some form of your documents in the process. That is what happened. But I can tell you for certain, every document that I uttered in this, from internal memoranda to whatever, could be traced from the registry. Having reflected, all those could be traced from the records office, because all my correspondences go directly to the records office before I'm sure they are received by the addressee recipient. That as far as I know. So, but to say that I have something dedicated to myself as such, or there was a dedicated file to that department which I parted with, I wouldn't see the basis for doing that. I would definitely not see the basis for doing that. Yeah. But then I will make the effort, as I said, or as, let me say now, ordered to produce those documents by going to the records office to try to trace them.
Very well. But you're in agreement with Mr. Kole that you had a file, a personal file. Where you kept some documents.
Yes, I kept some documents to myself.
Yes. So you kept some documents in the file.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And when you personalized that file, and when you moved to the registry of companies, you took this file with you.
I don't think you always make reference to this personalized file.
If you kept it for yourself, then it's personal to you, isn't it?
That is normal practice.
Is it personal to you?
Everybody does that.
Is it personal to you?
Those ones are personal to me as a guarantee.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
That is all.
Yes.
Chair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Chair, just a very quick one. Mr. Jallow.
Yes, please.
You talked about a desktop in your office.
Yeah.
And said by the time you were leaving, the desktop was on your desk.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct.
Is it possible to have access to this desktop? Because I am thinking there will be a need for a forensic audit on those stops.
Which has been 8 years now. That office has changed.
You didn't leave 8 years ago. Point of correction. When did you left that office?
The office of the Register General?
Yes.
In 2018.
2018?
Yes.
So that is how many years now? 7 years?
Yes.
So normally,
yes,
because I'm pretty sure
yes,
such equipments consist
yes,
valuable informations.
Yes.
And as such, no one will just dispose it like that.
Yes.
How do you dispose such equipments at the Ministry of Justice?
I have no clue how they dispose of them. What I can tell you for certain is that when I was leaving, all I moved with was my personal belongings. Let me finish. When I was moving, I only moved with my personal belongings, and the desktop remained there. And that desktop I also inherited from someone else. I found it there, I used it, and I left. Somebody also continues to use it, but they have even moved from that office to another office. So I wouldn't know how to trace that desktop.
No, we know very well office is continuity.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Can you share with us the serial number of this desktop?
I don't know. I have no knowledge of that.
Because every other material in institutions is labeled.
I have no
computer you use for
I have no knowledge of that, Honorable. I have no knowledge of that.
Honorable, yes, that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
If the committee wants to get the desktop, we know how to find the desktop from the Minister of Justice.
Exactly.
We'll definitely go after
exactly.
Yeah, sorry to use to in your name. I want just one clarity here.
Yeah.
A colleague came here
yes,
and gave a statement.
Yeah.
My question is, when you were moved from the office, were you continuing dealing with the commission, or did you miss it on behalf of the commission?
At that material moment, I think I have ceased to be the receiver.
You were not receiving any order from the minister?
Well,
when regards to the commission?
No, he only assigned me to accompany Mr. Binga. So I'm not able to remember fully whether it was during my time as Registrar General or it was during my time as Registrar of Companies. But I know the Honorable Minister, on the instructions of the Honorable Minister, I have accompanied Mr. Binga. Binga was in charge of that process actually, but I have accompanied him by virtue of my presence in those properties during those days because I was there. That is the Westwood at the airport and those properties along Kairaba Avenue where Augustus Plum did their inventory. I accompanied Mr. Binga to go and verify the inventory that was taken. I believe that was the time the chance were to change to give it to Alpha Capital. That was the time. So that, as far as I know.
Well, according to Koli,
Yes.
it's like you're still. It's like
Yes.
that you were given a responsibility after you've been moved to the register of companies.
Yes.
Everything now, I mean, we are given orders by the minister
Yes.
to act on those orders. When Koli was serving in your position,
Yes.
was that right?
I wouldn't say it is right. I wouldn't say, because I would not remember fully on top of my head whether at that material moment, and that's what I just said, whether I was in the office of the Registrar General or in the office of the Register of Companies. But I know I have helped or I have accompanied Mr. Binga to go and verify the inventory that was done by Augustus Plum. Whether it was during my time as Registrar General is something I need to reflect on.
And it was only during the time that you acted.
Yeah, that was only
Because, okay, can you please go further and check whether it was during the time you were in the register office or during the time you were in the register of companies?
That's right.
Thank you, Chair.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Jallow.
Yes. please.
Now, once you were transferred,
Yes.
who did you hand over to?
To Mr. Coley.
To Mr. Koli.
Yeah.
Did you do a formal handing over?
It was a rough time during that period to move, so the handing over was a bit rough because there were tensions relating to our movements.
Now, can you explain further what was rough about the handover?
No, well, the occupant of the office I occupied had an issues with them, and he was abruptly moved, and there was tension. So automatically, an internal memo came, and I moved to the office of the Registrar of Companies, and he stayed in that office. But there was no proper handing over as such.
Is that normal in the public service?
It shouldn't be normal, but it will not be an issue at that material moment because I don't have anything that I would say warranted necessary documentation as well. And of course, because we are also all within the ministry, if there are any issues that he thinks he needed clarification on as far as the work we do, he can always relate with me because we are next door.
Actually, there was an abnormality because based on what you are saying and based on what Koli said here, that sometimes when you move at the time, sometimes they will contact you directly to provide certain things. So which means if the move if the handling was properly done, then that wouldn't have happened. At least you could have. Who was contacted? I said, Koli. Sorry. Yes. You know, a few minutes ago, Mr. Honorable Sar was talking about the minister still contacting you while you are away. While you were not the occupant of the particular office.
Yes.
Why was that being done?
I wanted to be clear about this. Who was contacting me to provide what? I think that needs to be clear because I don't know about that. Quite frankly, I did not listen to Koli's testimony. I wish I listened to his testimony. Then that would have been better for me. Then I would have been able to provide clarity. But I don't understand what that means. What it means is they continue to request things from me. Things like what? What would that definitely be?
But things relating to the assignment that was given to you by the court order. Because you were you have the court order.
Yes.
You are required to take custody of both movable and unmovable property.
Yes.
So once you left, as the occupant of the office, he is supposed to continue to deliver. But sometimes he is not contacted. They contact you directly to provide certain information.
Maybe he can clarify that, but I cannot remember that. I wouldn't know that because
so you are saying that
as far as I know.
Hold on.
Yes.
So you are saying that to the committee that the day that you ceased to occupy the office, you never dealt with any issue relating to the JANNEH Commission or to the court order.
I cannot remember.
But Mr. Jallow, Mr. Jallow, I cannot remember. It's too much today. I think you've said more than 1,000. I cannot remember.
Honorable.
No, I'm being factual. Honorable. I mean, you are talking about 7 to 8 years as a professional.
Yes.
Even me, as a professional for almost 30 years, there are things you asked me about 20 years ago when I was working at one of the banks here. I can still remember what I said or what I've done.
Yes.
But for you, 7 years ago, I can say.
Yes.
But most of the time, I don't remember.
Honorable, can I comment?
We have to be factual now.
No, can I comment?
Go ahead.
My office as Registrar General, when I moved as Registrar of Companies, at that material moment, my mandate as far as the receivership has already transpired. So if someone says they continue to contact me for things, I think the onus lies on that person to prove what is it that they contacted me for. As far as I know, the Commission of Inquiry was in full swing and was responsible for all these transactions. And the Commission of Inquiry never contacted me at any point in time in respect of anything. The only time I dealt with the Commission of Inquiry directly was when we took round Mr. Balde to the properties, and two, when they invited me to discuss that property we mentioned about.
Yes, that's fine.
So it will be proper that the person who made that allegation clarifies.
But you see, it's going to be the same thing. If the person also behaves the same way we're behaving, I don't know. There will be no evidence. It's a fact. Because just like you were saying, I cannot remember, or I don't know. If the same person you are asking to provide also ask, oh, I cannot remember, it's going to be the same thing. We get it nowhere. But the committee will take note of that and will do the needful. Absolutely. Now, the last question I have also is, as a Registrar General, when you were there, what happens when you receive an internal memo or letter? What happens to that?
I respond in like manner.
Do you file that particular letter or a memo? Do you file them?
It depends on the nature of the memo. If the memo is simply minuted to you, sometimes the records officer can come and say, can give you a memo, and there is a minute as to what you should do in respect of that memo. That is just a copy. And that memo would be in the files. That memo would be in the files of the records office, the original one. So what you do is you respond to that memo, and your response will also be in that copy at the records office. So that is the
so
memo.
Where is the original memo stored?
The original memo will be in the office, at the records office.
So when we wrote to you to provide certain information, didn't it occur to you that that's exactly what's the process? That you can get documents from the records office?
Yeah, in fact, it clicked my mind after when that I should go to
and
the
you can
records
clearly
office.
see that's why I'm asking this question, because there is a process. In most of the offices, there's an established process
That is
when
correct.
records are received or when records are sent out.
That is correct.
That's well established. Yeah.
That is why I said now the best place to trace them would be where they were addressed, and that is the Ministry of Justice, and so they should be sitting in the records office.
Okay, so you will go and get them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Chair.
All right, thank you so much. Mr. Jallow?
Yeah.
Just before we close, you're being ordered to provide those specific documents for the committee.
Yeah.
You said tomorrow. You agreed that you can provide them tomorrow.
Well, that is the instruction from the committee.
Yes.
And as far as I am concerned, I will definitely go to the ministry and try to retrieve them.
So we're expecting you tomorrow before we close.
Of course,
Tomorrow.
yeah, I'll do that.
And we'll be closing by 6 o'clock in the evening.
Okay, that's fine.
Tomorrow before 6, you should be here. We're
That's
giving
fine.
you all the time so that you can,
That's
you
okay.
can,
That's
work
okay.
on this. Huh?
That's okay.
Okay, so you note down the specific documents that we're asking for.
Yeah, I know
Know
that.
them, huh?
Yes, I also noted them in my letter.
Exactly. So, and also the laptop,
Okay,
because we will need that laptop as well
okay,
to conduct some forensic audits in the laptop, since
Okay.
you don't have documents in the laptop.
okay.
Yeah, we want to see. Huh?
problem.
The chair is very
No,
No, I'm okay.
I said 3 p.m. now, you move it to 6.
No, but
I want Mr. Jallow to toil a bit.
no, but it's important that
What about toilet now?
before we close tomorrow, we want to see the document,
Okay.
and if you can provide them for us. So, Council, no further question, no further clarification. We close.
For today, no, Honorable Chair.
So, Mr. Jallow,
Yes, please.
we will release you for today,
Thank you.
but you will be needed again. And so
We already have it in our schedule next week, Wednesday,
next week Wednesday,
at 11.
11 o'clock. So you take note of that, huh? Next week Wednesday at 11 o'clock in the morning.
That's a good time for me because now I'm not going to call. The vacation has just kicked in.
Ah,
Yeah.
all right. Thank you so very much,
Very well.
and thank you for coming as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, we will close for today until tomorrow, Thursday, on the 1st. You know, the 1st? 31st of July, 2025.